So we are on another thrifting adventure, and it's going to be like a mad dash because we're going on our lunch break. This morning, one of the thrift stores in town that has also an estate sale business posted that they had like 8 million Longaberger baskets. And you know, as the queen of baskets, I have to check it out. So we are on our lunch break right now. We're going to try to go see what's left because they've been open for 3 hours at this point, and they posted that on Facebook, and who knows, maybe there will be nothing and I'll just be sad. This will be a really disappointing video, but I'm hoping that there will be some really great baskets left. That there were hundreds. I'll post some screenshots of all the pictures that they posted, so many. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get our hands on one. So come on along. Okay, I know we don't love a voiceover, but the music in here was so loud and it was not royalty free, so I cannot play it. But I definitely wanted you to see. This is Dothan Thrift Store. It's right here on Montgomery Highway in Dothan, Alabama. And this business has been here for a long time, probably 10 years or more. And the reason that they do so well is because, first of all, their sourcing technique from their estate sale business is pristine. It works so well for them. But also, the customer service in here was phenomenal. You'll hear me talk about Dre like 100 times airing this video, but he was amazing and just such a great salesperson. So great at just, you know, working with people and trying to make that sale. Just so much charisma, so much personality. He was great. So let's find the baskets.
How y'all doing?
We're good.
How are you?
We immediately dug in and tried to figure out which one or ones we would be bringing home. I came in kind of with a vision. I wanted to make sure that I got some larger baskets, because if I'm going to commit to this and I'm going to have this collection of these fancy baskets, I want to be able to use them in my home. So I was checking prices and trying to figure out what I could actually do. I had a very specific budget in mind, and we were able to actually get several baskets, but I wanted to make sure that I picked the ones that I really, really loved. And y'all, please don't put me on Feet Finder. I will be so sad if that ends up on Feet Finder. But look at these. They're so beautiful. They've all got the liners, the plastic, and the cloth. They're just phenomenal. Look at the teeny tinies. Oh my goodness. And this one was huge. Don't put that lady on Feet Finder either. I tried to get a price on these lamps, but I honestly just forgot because I was so excited about the baskets. You can see how close the shelving is here, and honestly, it was just a little bit cramped. It made me just a little bit anxious. I thought, I'm going to run into something and destroy the store. I did not want to do that, but this store was filled with beautiful things, and there was so much to look at and to enjoy. This is our baskets moment. What you got?
Bunch of Longabergers.
They're so great. And Dre was so nice.
Dre was awesome. Really, really nice guy. Put it best. He said, it's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. You ain't gonna come across this many Longaberger baskets ever.
No.
In the thrift store. I mean,
And they weren't priced like thrift prices. They were priced like resale prices, but he also gave me some free stuff because of how much I was spending.
mostly nice.
Yeah, I think that's going to do really well. I think that it's so pretty.
Better than get the last basket.
Okay. Thanks. It will. Everything's great. Trey is grabbing the last basket from inside. We just couldn't carry them all. Basically, what happened was someone had a loved one who passed away who collected those Longaberger baskets, and they knew that they could get more money from them if they pieced them out individually. Excuse me, my hands are shaking because I'm just excited about my baskets. They were going to piece them out individually and sell them online, and they definitely would have made more money that way. but they sold them all to him so they didn't have to deal with all that. Posted the Facebook post this morning at 6 a.m. They opened at 10. It is currently 11:40, and he said we've sold about half of our inventory since we opened. They probably won't be here tomorrow. And I could see how many there were. That's how many were there before. I don't think anybody had come in and bought as many big ones as we had, but I definitely want to use them in my home as storage. I'm not just gonna set them out to be pretty. I'm gonna use them because I got kids. There's always stuff that needs to be better organized, and if I can organize it in a pretty basket, then I want to do it. And look, here's Trey with another basket. Lots of baskets. I can't wait to show you everything. And he gave me, I know it's confusing because the guy at the store, his name was Dre, and then Trey is my husband, but Dre also gave me some free things that I had just kind of picked up and asked him how much it was going to be, and he was like, "Friend, if you spend more than $100 in here, then I got you, and you don't have to worry about that." So he was awesome. Definitely will be coming back here because he was just so great to work with. But I can't wait to show you my haul when I get home. But now I gotta go to work. Hey guys, I'm home after a long day of work. Seemed like it got even longer after a little shopping excursion, but it was so much fun. I can't believe we were able to get away. It's difficult for us sometimes to even break away from the office. I chronically work through lunch. I couldn't believe that I actually had time today. It was totally just an opportunity for me to go find these things. So excited. I want to show you all the cool things that I got because it wasn't just baskets. It was super cool at Dothan Thrift Store. Shout out to him because he was so great and so helpful. And his wife, I think, who was there as well, she was so sweet and so sweet. I mean, just so sweet and so sweet. So sweet and so helpful. They were great. I really appreciated them and how kind they were, and just honestly, just savvy business people, you know? They were ready to make a sale, so they were fantastic. There were hundreds of baskets, but I went in very intentional about what I wanted. I wanted some larger baskets that I can use for storage of linens and things like that in my home. That is something that we are always lacking. As you can tell, I brought some home. And the queen of baskets is a queen indeed. I need a basket crown. Where can I get a basket crown? I wish Longaberger was still open. Commission a basket crown. It would cost $9 billion. Excuse all the throat clearing. I've been sick for like 17 days and it's okay. You know, maybe God wanted me to be sick for 17 days so he could bless me with these baskets. And if that's the way it is, it was worth it. The first one I got may end up being a gift for someone. I'm thinking about it. But look, it's such a great size. I love this little locking mechanism. This is leather. Of course, it's got the Longaberger stamp and the signature at the bottom. The signature says 1989, number 76. The inside is lined. It's perfect. This is one of the only baskets that doesn't have the tag on the inside. Whoever was collecting these took such good care of them. There's only one that even has dust on it. They really did a good job. I don't know if this one's gonna be staying with me or if it's gonna be a gift for someone, but when I saw it, I knew this is like just a perfect little size. Handle. Look, is that not just the cutest? Maybe even for a picnic or a lunchbox. So cute. Next one I think is missing a strap because it's got these holes on the top, and then it has this little latch that looks like a belt almost, and of course that Longaberger style that's not gonna snag on your clothes or anything like that. This one has the plastic liner inside, and then it has the tags. It is pristine. Nothing's broken. It's in perfect shape. This one says, well, it says 1775. So I'm going to say 1975 maybe. What do you think that says? Comment down below what you think that says. I just want to know the date this one was made. 5/28/09 maybe? Only 09? That can't be right. I want to figure out if, you know, if you can buy like the belt thing separately. It almost looks like a purse. And I mean, I'm queen of baskets, I would totally use this as a purse. It would also just be great on a shelf, and then you could use some of these things for storage. Oh, and you could, light bulb.
Light bulb.
You could totally like put electronics and wiring and stuff in there and then thread the cords through here so that it's not so apparent. That's a good idea. Now this next one was one of the more expensive ones, and I'm going to tell you the totals at the end because I can't believe the deal that I got. It was kind of amazing. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe that I was there. So anyway, this next one was a little bit more expensive. It is so big, so beautiful. He and I were talking about how some of them are called pie baskets, and we're like, why is it a pie basket? And I was like, you know what? It can be whatever you want it to be. You can put whatever you want. If you want to put pie in there, you can. If you want to put something else in there, you can. I think this is more picnic style for like a big family. And the inside is lined, of course. Oh, it's called the Wildflower Basket. It's for wildflowers. Did you know that their tagline is handmade to be handed down? Look. And my children are going to be like, what do you want us to do with all these baskets? I'm just going to say from my little cloud in heaven, I'm going to say, just enjoy them, baby. Put your stuff in them. This next one was just a cutie, you know? I feel like baskets like this are always needed. Now this one was a little bit less expensive because it's broken. There is a little breakage right here, but that happens, it's part of it. And I'm going to use it more as a decorative item. So I do think it'll be super cute sitting up on the shelf, maybe with some flowers inside, maybe with some of those, you know what I'm talking about, balls, like little wood balls. It would be really pretty, but I think the color on top would be really pretty and would really spark a lot of interest. And I just love wood tones anyway, and it's so nice to bring the wood tone into a room, and I think the baskets are a great way to do that. This big boy, some of them have names and some of them don't. Like, I don't know what the name of this one is. All I know is it's huge. Like, it is huge. And on the bottom, it says 1994. That's the year I was born. This basket's as old as me. As big as me. Oh my goodness, it's so big. But it's got this super cool lid. Okay. And the inside is pristine. There's no plastic liner in this one. That's fine, because I'm probably going to use these for linens anyway. But I think it's so great. And you may be thinking, like, does that really match your decor? No, it doesn't. But I can always change out the liners, you know? I could put a different liner in here if I wanted to. And honestly, the difference in, you know, this green and this green, or all the greens in my home, are kind of negligible. So I may change the liners out. I may not, you know? This is so heavy. It's so heavy. I mean, it's giant and big. La piece de resistance. This is the Longaberger 2 pie basket. I guess you put 2 pies in it. First of all, the colors are beautiful, right? This neutral tone is just so lovely. And then on here, on the plaque, it says Longaberger JW Collection 1986 edition 2 pie basket. My initials are JW, so I was like, it's for me. This one is also signed and dated VW 1986. The inside, of course, is pristine, but it's just a great size. It's so perfect. This is definitely one that I'm going to keep for the rest of my life. There are several of these that I'm like, maybe I'll end up, you know, putting them in my antique booth or listing them somewhere else, giving them out as gifts, because that's one thing I really love to do, is to give baskets as gifts. This one, she's mine. So now on to the freebies, okay? So when I was in the store, you know, I'm in a thrift store. I can't just look at baskets. I have to look at everything. And this thrift store is a little bit, like the shelves are close together. So you're kind of, you could probably see that in the footage. It's kind of hard to maneuver around. And I didn't have a lot of time. So it wasn't like I could really browse the way I normally would, but I did find some really great things. And when I was coming to check out, I was trying to decide what exactly I was going to get, because I had pulled out probably 4 or 5 more baskets. I just wanted to really, you know, narrow it down, because first of all, this is so cool, you know, but also I want to leave some for somebody else, because I could have gone in there and bought 9,000 baskets if I wanted to. That wouldn't have been financially responsible, but I also want to leave some for somebody else. You know, I want them to happen upon it too and have this excitement. A couple of other items that I just thought were great. And when I put them on the counter and said, how much for these? Because they weren't marked. He was like, you can just have those. Thank you so much, Drake. First couple things I picked up were books, and you know I'm a book girl. The first one is Time Atlas of the Body. I just really loved, honestly, the spine, because I think this is such a good staging piece. Inside is obviously a little bit more scientific than some people are comfortable with, but that's kind of our vibe, so I liked it a lot. And originally he said $1, and then like I said, he said, just take it, you know, it's yours. If you're gonna buy 6 baskets, then you can have that little book. The next one is so cute. It is the Good Housekeeping Encyclopedia of Gardens. So sweet. The cover is absolutely beautiful. Look at those flowers, and then look at the spine. So cute. And I guess it's volume 1. How cool would it be to have all of these in a set? Inside, of course, it's got, you know, a forward, and it talks about the different areas, the Southwest, the Southern shores, but mostly just the flowers that grow in each area of the United States. So I think that's just a really cool little find. The next one was kind of, I won't buy a lot of soft cover, is that the right? Paperback. I don't buy a lot of paperback books for staging. You know, I read a lot. I read 70 books last year, something crazy. But I would love to read a paperback book. I love to hold a paperback book because they're floppy and it's just satisfying. But I don't stage a lot with them because usually they're not very pretty. But this one really, really was. This is McCall's big book of needle crafts. And I just thought it was such a great book. The inside is full color. Now there are black and white pictures, but there are so many pages that are so beautiful and vintage. And it's going through quilts, it's going through crewel, it's going through needlepoint, embroidery, lots of different things. And it's 150 beautiful things for your home to quilt, sew, knit, crochet, embroider, stencil, paint, or work in wood. This last one is Voyage Through the Universe, the Far Planets. And I liked the color. I mean, it's a little bit plain, surface, petty. I can't think of the right word. I bought it because it looked cute. But as they're looking at it, it's actually really interesting. My kids love to learn about space. So the far planets. And then inside, it does have lots of interesting information. This is the hidden message of light. This talks about what the different the cores and the chemistry of clouds and all of that of the different planets. So I think that was really cool. Then I happened upon this, and when I brought it in, my husband was like, what's that? I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's a candlestick. And it's kind of funny because when you put a candle in it, it's just a lot of stick for one little candle, but there is a lot of presence there. And I think it definitely has that dark academia vibe, that wood office, you know, like an academic, scholarly vibe. That would definitely be something on a college campus. And then the last thing that I got, I think, was the steal of the day. You know, I paid for the baskets. So excited about the baskets. But the thing that I got for free that I think was worth the most was definitely this. Look. Trying not to blind you with the ring light. Is this not so beautiful? This is needlepoint, and it's a wooden tray. They definitely have, like, it can be just displayed. It can just be a tray. But I think that it belongs on the wall. Like, this beautiful artwork definitely belongs on the wall. Just adds such a touch of whimsy. And I love a fabric accent on a wall, like needlepoint or embroidery, because it just creates warmth where there is no warmth. So I think this was a great find. And of course, you know, I paid for what I got there. It was just good, savvy business, because I'm sitting there going, how many baskets should I really get? Let me be wise. And he goes, if you get all these baskets, you can have that stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely going to pay a difference. And it definitely didn't. Total for today, just drop down in the comments. How much do you think 6 Longaberger baskets cost? Drop it down below, because There's no way you're gonna guess it. I paid $160 for everything. It's crazy. If you look up some of these baskets online, like just this basket, which is definitely like the least ornate of all the baskets, would probably go for $40 or $50, and this one was $20 for me. These big ones sometimes go for 70, 80, 100, 120. This one, the big picnic basket, was $30. And they're going to be used so much. That's one of the things about baskets that I kind of like, is that I'm actually going to use them. You know, there's so many decorative items that are beautiful. Like, this is beautiful and it adds beauty to your home, and that is needed and necessary. But is it resourceful? Probably not. These baskets are actually going to be utilized for what they were intended to be, to hold things, and that's what I'm going to use them for. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you've made it this far, comment down below, the basket queen, because that's totally who I am. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to like this video. If you haven't shared my content with your friends, definitely do. This channel is ever growing, ever changing. I'm learning all the time. I'm still so new to this YouTube thing, but I'm trying to be consistent and keep up with you guys and respond to your comments. And I'm just so appreciative to every single person who's subscribed. Shout out to Powder with the Pokemon crew for shouting me out, and for everybody who has subscribed from the Pokemon world just to be supportive. I appreciate that so much, more than you know. For all the people who are here for the thrifting and the vintage goods and the baskets, thank you so much as well. I'm so glad to be sharing things with like-minded people, and it just means so much to me that you take time out of your day to listen to me yap about old stuff. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, touch that bell so you get a notification every single time that I post, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!